Hi angels, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am doing a productive study vlog / taking you through my week. I had midterms this week. I had a lot of essays and assignments due, so we really worked hard, and I wanted to just bring you along in case you needed some studying motivation in this midterm season or just wanted to study with me. So make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss another one of my videos, and let's just get straight on into this study vlog. So Monday was a short day. I had to watch a movie as homework for one of my film classes and kind of just have some notes to have a discussion in class. And that was literally all I did on Monday because I had nothing else to do. But then after that, the week really picks up. So on Tuesday, I am studying for my French midterm. It's actually an oral midterm, but she did a bunch of practice tests through our textbook, which is an online one. It's called Lingro, and she assigns homework and da-da-da. So each practice test was 50 points, I think, something like that. But luckily you can check your answers as you go. For some reason though, this time it just gave me the answers if I got it wrong, so I was okay, whatever, chilling. But yes, I had an oral French midterm, which I will do later on the week. But that was all I did on Tuesdays. Tuesdays and Thursdays are the days where I have less time just because my classes are scheduled a little weird. I don't really have as many breaks. So then when I get home, I don't really have time to do a lot of homework because then I have another class online. So just a minor productive day because I was just studying for French the whole time, and that was about it. So Wednesday is midterm day. I actually had an online midterm. It was open book pretty much, so any resources that we have in the class we could use. And I literally just I studied, which you'll see a little bit later. Wednesday was my most productive day because I didn't have to go physically to one of my film classes. I had to just take the midterm online. So because I finished it, I had time to study for other things and work on other assignments and things like that. So one thing though was that this assessment was 75 minutes, so an hour and 15 minutes, and I feel that was not enough time because every single question was written. So every single question was short answer, and I just feel I didn't have enough time to fully give good answers, especially since it's a Spanish film class, so I have to write everything in Spanish, because I am a Spanish major, education minor. But yeah, I did not like the formatting of this test. The document I'm looking at is actually a document that we use in class, but I did not like the formatting because I feel you need to have some multiple choice questions. I was expecting that, and everything was just typing, so I just feel it wasn't enough time, first off, and then also I just didn't have the mental capacity to just write what I wanted to freely. I feel an hour is not enough time, honestly. I feel midterms are usually 2 or 3 hours, and this was not. I've never used up my whole time and actually waited for the time to run out. This thing turned it in for me, which I think says a lot because I also am an overthinker, so I feel sometimes I stare at a question for a while and think what am I going to say? Am I going to say the wrong thing? So yeah, but here's me marking off everything that I have done so far. Again, very productive day. But yeah, as far as preparing for that midterm, it's a film class, so literally all I had to do was go over my notes and make sure I watched all the films, and that was it. And we had different options of films to analyze or assess or whatever. But yeah, I did not like the way it was set up, me personally. I also don't like the way the class is set up, but that's a discussion for another day. The next thing I'm doing is working on more French because we had cultural presentations in class, so we have to do discussion boards over things that we've learned and so on. So I'm just making sure that I do that. It's not due until, but yeah, it's not due for a couple of days, or I don't even know. But I just want to make sure that I get like simple assignments like this off of my to-do list and like done for the day. But yeah, my French class is not going too bad. I am in elementary French, so it's not too bad, but I just feel like I don't really speak to anyone in French. Whereas with Spanish, I had an advantage where I speak Spanish at home, so I'm constantly speaking it and constantly improving. Whereas French, I feel like I'm not improving at all because at least in speaking, like I could write, I can read and listen and but obviously I can't say like I speak French because I realistically do not. So I definitely need to work on that, but that's just something for the future, I guess. But yeah, that's all I did on Wednesday. My most productive day was Wednesday because I just had so many things to do. And I feel like just having a to-do list is the best way to like make sure you're productive and get everything done. Speaking of to-do list, on Friday, I had a lot of things to do, not just like studying wise, but also like socially, I guess. I went on a walk, I had a doctor's appointment in the morning, so I'm just writing down literally everything so that I can get everything done. And we did get everything done. We had an essay to write. I had another one that I could have started, but I knew that I wasn't gonna actually be able to finish it. And then I had a couple of other assignments that I needed to do. I needed to turn in my French midterm. So I feel like to-do list, like when you have just a lot of things to do, is the best way to like write everything down and make sure that you know what you need to get done for the day. And it is so satisfying to like literally just like cross things off of your to-do list, I personally think. So here's me crossing off my labs that I had done at the doctor's. And then I also went for a walk because it was a really nice day out and I didn't record it. But oh well. But yeah, the rest is just homework. Here is the midterm that I had turned in. It had to be like a video of us literally talking in French, so turned that in. I also cleaned the house, and then I had a lot of like assignments to check off because again, we did so much in this short amount of time, and I'm very proud of it. I think when it comes to midterms, I feel like every single class is different, so you need to study according to how like the class is kind of flowing. So if the class is super just like intense and stuff, then your studying needs to be the same amount of intensity, I guess. Here's me putting on music because that's the only way that I will be able to study. But I feel like if a class is kind of easier, then you still need to study, obviously, but it really should not be too much studying. Like, if it's an easier class, you don't do as much studying because again, there is such thing as over studying. Like, if you were studying and overly consuming the things that you need to like have for your assignments, then honestly just like tires out your brain, and then by the time you get to the test, at least in my experience, you just don't end up performing as well as you want to because you just you put too much information in your brain that you probably didn't need, or you just study the information way too much to the point that when you get onto the actual test, you just can't figure out, like, there's just too many things going on in your brain. I also feel like if you overstudy it, it's just like by the time you get to the test, you just like freeze, like the actual test, and you just don't know what to do with yourself. So me personally, I used to be an overstudier. Like, I used to study like a lot, and then I realized that I need to stop doing that because I would get really bad test scores when I would overstudy. I also think you need to adapt your form of studying depending on how the class is formatted, as I mentioned. So like last semester, I talked about how I was struggling in my art history class. Mid-semester, I had to change the way I was studying so that it would match like the way he taught the class, and then that was the only way that I could ace the class. So yeah, I have 2 film classes. So one of my film classes is a lot of like my Spanish film class. We have to watch the films outside of class, so that's like studying in and of itself. And then we have to like do a bunch of like outside work, like discussion boards and essays and things like that. My other class is like we watch a video, we watch a movie, we watch 2 movies and we compare them and we make an essay about it. We do discussion boards and sometimes we have quizzes. So honestly, I don't really study for those types of classes. But that is everything that I needed to do in this video. I did an essay, I did a bunch of midterms. So we did a lot of productive stuff today. And I also am so happy that I get to cross off my little like things off of my to-do list. So if you liked videos like this and you want to see more study vlogs and just like productivity stuff in general, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss another one of my videos. I try to post every Sunday, so stay tuned until next Sunday's video, because I promise you guys it will be an amazing one and there's a lot of fun stuff coming, so definitely stay tuned. So stay tuned until next Sunday's video, because I promise you guys it will be an amazing one. Bye guys.